guys, and welcome to a new Blender quick tip tutorial by me. In this tutorial I'm going to be showing you how to create some nice jiggle effects which look very realistic and can be used for several of your rigs. For example, a human rig. In this example I'm using a human rig just to show you how you can create those jiggle effects and how nice they will look later in your end result. I just made this example for showing you how to create this and how this will look like in the end of this tutorial. So yeah, let's get started. I'm gonna be showing you the example and then we will create our new, completely from scratch, new jiggle system for our rig. So let's see how this looks. We have, okay, this was a little extreme. We have some pointed areas where this jiggle affects our mesh, and I've pointed these areas and you can see how nice these jiggle works if we go very softly with our mesh here and not too extreme. You probably know that no one can move so, and this looks very unrealistic. So for example, if we just go and make some keyframes, so let's bring this down, rotate the upper body, bring this back, and go here back and do this position. You can see that this looks very nice. I will hide this mesh for a short time. Okay. Yeah, you can see this looks very realistic and nice. And for example, you can see how nice the volume is been holding if we, for example, delete these keyframes and bring this mesh back to its default position. Let's play this back, and if we bring, for example, our leg back, you can see how nice the volume gets been holded in certain areas. For example, if we go back down or here, this looks very nice. So yeah, how did I get this nice jiggle bones and options? Yeah, let's get started and open our mesh. You can choose every mesh you want to, but in this example I prepared a mesh for this tutorial. So you can see it can move its legs and stuff like this, its arms. This is the basic human meter rig. If you want to create your own human meter rig, then you can just get to File, User Preferences, and make sure in the rigging category Rigify is checked. If it's the case, you can close this and press Shift A in your 3D view, go under Armature and select Human Meter Rig. Then you get this nice rig here. You can adjust this rig as much as you want to sticky or B-bone. Yeah. I took B-bone for this example just because of the spine. You can see the spine movement looks much better than, for example, stick. That's just because yeah, I changed the segments of each bone, and to visualize this I use B-bones. Okay, fine. Now we can create our bones in certain areas where we want to deform. For example, the buttocks there has to be some jiggle, because this is most realistic. So let's bring this out, for example. Let's unparent this, and yeah. This tutorial requires a minimum of knowledge about rigging, so that you know how you can create this kind of stuff. So if we want to mirror this perfectly to the other side, we could either turn on x-axis mirror. This failed because I extruded it from the middle. If we would extrude this here from the leg, then this wouldn't be a problem. Oh, let's do this. So let's unparent this bone, and you have just to bring up some bones for specified areas, so then you can control these bones and have more freedom for adjusting some areas like this. So this looks nice, and now you probably want to create your vertex groups and do your weight painting. So let's do this. We have to select our bone here, and yeah, let's search our object data tab. Let's bring this a little out so you can see it better. And now we could select our mesh, go to weight paint mode, select the bone here which you want to weight paint, and then do your weight painting on it, on your mesh. Now you can see that this bone affects the painted area. Let's smooth this out a little in these areas here, for example. I will just show this once and not twice. You can do this on each other body part which you want to, but to save time I will just do this on one specified area. So if you find out a good position and made a good weight paint job, then you can leave this, but this looks not fine at all as I wanted to. Yeah, this is very rough. You can do this much better than me here in this tutorial. I did this better in my example. That looks a little too extreme. Let's increase this weight here. Let's make the strength to 1 and bring this a little down. Yeah, something like this should be fine. For example, a little more. That you have a better contrast and a better gradient. That's the word I searched for. Yeah, fine. Okay, this looks very good. You could do this on the opposite side. I'm actually not sure if a mirror is working. I could try it, but I'm very sure that this would not work. Okay, worked just fine. But yeah, just for one side. Okay, let's leave this by its own And let's do this manually on the other side. I don't want to try some things on mirroring. This is not the case in this tutorial. Let's just bring this up to 1 and make some adjustments here. And then smooth this out later. It should it doesn't have to be perfectly mirrored on each side, but it should do its job. Okay. Oh, damn it. No! What have I done? Delete, delete, delete. Okay. Nice. Okay, let's go back and select this. Go to weight paint. Okay. This should be... this should work. Okay, fine. Okay. Nice. Let's paint some weight painting here. As I said, it doesn't have to be perfect. It should just do its job in weight painting. So yeah, it should roughly fit your bone. Okay. Yeah, okay, that looks good. Not perfect, but okay. So the next step we have to do is we will work with a spline constraint. Yeah. For this we have to fit our curve to our bone. So we go to the pose mode, press select our bone. Let's go here and enable screencast keys. You have to select your bone. Press Shift S and cursor to selected. Now you can create in the object mode, of course, your curve. Let's create a Bezier curve and make this Bezier curve X-ray just for visualizing. Visualization, I don't know the word actually, sorry. Yeah. Now you could actually enable snapping, so this points here will snap automatically to the next point. In this case, is this the correct point. There are no controls for rotating these curves, so you have to do this manually. For example, so, and then bring this up, and you can delete this segment. You have this point here, you can scale this down, and yeah, select your curve and go to edit mode and extrude it back to its end side here, so that you have a curve. You can do this very more simple if you go just create a plane, fit this plane to here to your fit this plane here to your bone, then disable snapping, delete these strokes here at the side. Perhaps just for seeing this better, you can make this X-ray. This is just an example. You can do this with the curve, or you can just make this with this plane here and yeah, convert this edge here with Alt C to a curve, for example. yeah, then you have the same result. But yeah, we will just use our Bezier curve as we created it. Then we can duplicate this Bezier and snap this to the other side. Perfect. Then we can rename these curves, for example, curve underscore right underscore butter. Good, fine. Then we can do this with the opposite side. Just rename this curve underscore L underscore buttock. Fine. Yeah. Now comes the magic. We have to weight paint our more or less weight painting. It's more called setting our weight to a specific point. And how do we do this? We select one point from our curve, then we press W and we select set goal weight. Fine, and let's do this on the opposite side. Set goal weight, fine. Then we go to our soft body adjustments. We will select our curve, then select soft body, then select the opposite curve, select soft body, and now you can see it works. But this looks a little freaky. It's not the adjustments that we want to. So let's bring this stiffness completely up to 0.99. And then let's experiment with the minimum and default adjustments. For example, let's bring the minimum to 0.8. This should work. The less we do this, the more this curve will expand. Let's do these adjustments on the opposite side to 0.8. No, 0.7. Okay, let's do 0.7. Let's recache. And nice. That looks very fine. So yeah, let's this looks a little freaky because if we move our body, these curves will not follow. So we have to bring these curves. Let's hide the mesh for a moment. Let's select these both curves, then select our mesh, go to pose mode and parent this to parent this curve here, the curve L buttock, to our root bone, to bone, and the other to bone as well. No, let's do this bone. Yeah, fine. And they should follow. Yeah, you can see it looks very good. Fine. Now we have to parent these bones here, which control the skin, back to these curves. And then it's done. Okay, let's do this quickly. Let's add a constraint, add bone constraint, spline IK constraint. Let's select our spline IK. Our spliner? No, that was definitely wrong. Let's select our curve. This is the left. And it looks fine, as I wanted. And you can see this works perfectly. Perfectly. Let's do this on the opposite side. Spline IK to the right. And we have our wonderful... Oh no, we have to select our yeah, and it works just fine. If you want to improve this, you can just select your curve or your curves and adjust, for example, the mass. Let's reduce the mass to 0.5. That is not too heavy. Let's go to the opposite side and reduce this to 0.5 as well. And now the gravity is not too heavy. Yeah. And this looks very good. Fine. You can do this, for example, for a big fat character, for a belly, for example, or if you have a wobble or something like this, if your character is really a bit fat, or you have some skin which should wiggle, jiggle, sounds freaky, wiggle, jiggle, jiggle, wiggle, jiggle. Yeah, okay, I don't have to be so funny, yeah, then you can create such very cool body adjustments, and they will work as well. You can go a little, for example, go a step further, and if you want to hold volume, you can just constrain these curves here. So let's bring up a constraint, copy rotation constraint. Let's select our meter rig, and select our what is this bone called? Thigh R. Let's select our thigh R. Then select offset, select local space, and now if you bring this up, you can see that the curve here goes with, but this looks a little too extreme, so you can see it holds volume very nice, but if you would halve the influence, then this would look very more nice. Okay, fine. And you can just combine this, and this looks very good. Fine. You can do this with the opposite side as well. I don't want to because I'm too lazy for now. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and we will see us next Saturday when the new tutorial will be, the new quick tip tutorial will be uploaded on my channel. And I hope you enjoyed this, and we will see you next Saturday. See you then, guys. Au revoir.